Wrestling has always pushed the limits of what the human body can endure, but not every move makes it to the spotlight forever. Some moves are so dangerous, or so controversial, that promotions like WWE and AEW have banned them completely. Here are some of the most infamous banned wrestling moves of all time. First introduced by Sugar Shane Helms in the final days of WCW, before he became better known in WWE as the Hurricane, the Vertebraker was every bit as dangerous as it looked. The move involved placing an opponent upside down on your back and then dropping down, driving them onto their head, neck and shoulders. It demanded perfect timing, incredible strength, and precise leverage, and even then, it could realistically only be done on smaller opponents. To make matters worse, the wrestler executing it couldn't fully see their opponent during the drop, leaving a razor-thin margin for error. It's the kind of maneuver that arguably should never have been attempted in the first place, and WWE quickly banned it, with few fans shedding tears over its disappearance. The Diving Headbutt was among many moves that was banned once the link between concussions, CTE, and long-term brain damage in wrestling became undeniable, particularly in the wake of the Chris Benoit tragedy. As research into head trauma grew, WWE made a conscious effort to eliminate maneuvers that involved direct head collisions, and this move was an obvious target. Despite its risks, an exception was controversially made for Bryan Danielson, who ironically was later forced into early retirement due to repeated concussions and head injuries. His situation served as a sobering reminder of why the Diving Headbutt was banned in the first place. Fans remember Michelle McCool's Faithbreaker, a move that drew plenty of attention, partly because of its resemblance to AJ Styles' famous Styles Clash. But before debuting that finisher, McCool used another move called the Wings of Love, which itself was inspired by Christopher Daniels' Angel Wings. Interestingly, the TNA connection wasn't the reason the move was shelved. On her personal blog, McCool once revealed that WWE told her she could no longer use it because it was considered too devastating for the girls. Ironically, nearly 20 years later, the same move would reappear as the finishing move of former NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose. Weeks after Samoa Joe made his WWE debut at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable, the former ROH World Champion stepped into the ring for his first match on Monday Night Raw, a dark match against Tyson Kidd. Everything seemed routine until Samoa Joe hit his longtime finisher, the Muscle Buster, a move he had executed safely for over a decade in Ring of Honor, TNA, and the Independents. But in a freak accident, the move caused a devastating injury, a ruptured ligament in Tyson Kidd's spine that nearly paralyzed him and came dangerously close to ending his life. The injury forced Kidd into immediate retirement. While Joe was allowed to continue using the Muscle Buster in NXT, he was never permitted to perform it again on WWE's main roster. Instead, he relied solely on the Coquina Clutch as his finisher. Among Randy Orton's most infamous moves was the Punt Kick, a devastating strike designed to look like a connected flush with an opponent's head, leaving them unconscious. Much like the curb stomp, the illusion relied heavily on timing and trust. The move was ultimately banned after a notorious incident involving Vince McMahon himself. According to reports, Randy Orton got carried away when he was asked to deliver the punt to his boss, striking with enough force to give Vince McMahon a legitimate concussion. Unsurprisingly, other wrestlers became reluctant to take the move, and WWE quietly shelved it. Randy Orton has brought the punt back on rare occasions, insisting he can now perform it safely without risking any real injury. With the rise of hardcore wrestling during the Attitude Era, chair shots became as iconic as any finisher. what was once a shocking rare spot quickly turned into a nightly occurrence. The most infamous example came at the 1999 Royal Rumble in the brutal I Quit match, where Mankind endured a sickening number of completely unprotected chair shots to the head. The Beyond the Mat documentary later revealed just how devastating those blows were, not only to Mick Foley himself, but also to his family who were watching. As concussion research advanced, particularly after the Chris Benoit tragedy, unprotected chair shots were identified as a major cause of long-term health issues in wrestlers. Even protected chair shots, where the forearms are raised to absorb the impact, carry significant risk, as mistiming it could result in the head or neck still taking the brunt of the blow. In response, WWE drastically scaled back the use of chairs and outright banned headshots. Today, every chair strike you see is aimed at the flat of the wrestler's back. It's a lasting reminder of just how dangerous the old days really were.